Imagine a being of light, created in perfection, who one day dared to challenge the celestial order. He fell, but his story continues to fascinate and intrigue. Today, we will explore a version that few know, the true trajectory of Lucifer. Was he truly the villain we know? Or is there something deeper behind his fall? Stay until the end to discover how this narrative leads us to reflect on power, freedom, and destiny. Lucifer, a name that evokes fear and mystery, is often seen as the symbol of absolute evil. However, his origin is deeply rooted in divine creation. According to Christian tradition and various mythologies, Lucifer was an angel of great beauty and power, described as the bearer of light, created by God. He was among the most exalted beings in paradise, destined to be a leader. But what led him to fall from grace? Lucifer was not just another angel. He was described as the most beautiful and perfect of all creations, a being that reflected God's very light. His qualities set him apart from the others, and he held a place of honor among the angels. However, the greater the light, the longer the shadow it can cast. His pride, born of his perfection, became the catalyst for his eventual downfall. Lucifer was the leader of the angels, but his ambition grew silently within him. Not content with his position, he began to question divine authority. This rebellion is seen by many as the beginning of sin, the first disobedience in the cosmos. What few know is that, in some esoteric traditions, his rebellion was not out of pure malice, but rather a quest for something greater, freedom and power over his own destiny. The famous phrase, "better to reign in hell than serve in heaven," does not come from the Bible, but from Paradise Lost by John Milton. In this work, Lucifer is portrayed as a tragic hero, someone who preferred freedom, even if it meant living in darkness. His rejection of servitude can be seen in a new light, a desire for autonomy and independence. Could this version hold some truth? What if Lucifer was more than just a villain? This narrative raises a powerful philosophical question. To what extent can the pursuit of freedom and individuality be considered condemnable? Lucifer defied an established order, but in doing so, he also became a symbol of resistance against oppression. This aspect of his story makes us wonder, was his rebellion an act of courage, an attempt to free himself from a divine regime he saw as oppressive? In ancient texts like the Book of Enoch, Lucifer is associated with figures such as Azazel, a fallen angel who brought forbidden knowledge to humanity. These texts suggest that Lucifer's fall was not just a punishment, but also a transfer of power and wisdom to humankind. By being expelled from heaven, he brought with him the fire of knowledge, much like Prometheus in Greek mythology. Did he, in fact, liberate humans from ignorance? This vision of Lucifer as a bearer of forbidden knowledge echoes other ancient stories. In Greek mythology, Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gave it to humanity, for which he was punished. Similarly, Lucifer defied divine authority and, as a consequence, was exiled. But were both truly villains, or were their actions a sacrifice for the sake of humanity? The line between hero and villain seems more blurred than we might imagine. Lucifer's rebellion led to a cosmic battle between the angels. On one side, the angels loyal to God, led by Michael. On the other, the rebels, led by Lucifer. The battle was epic, and Lucifer, along with his followers, was expelled from heaven. But his fall was more than just physical. He was cast into the abyss and became the ruler of the underworld. From that moment on, Lucifer ceased to be an angel of light and became the prince of darkness. One of the most intriguing interpretations of Lucifer is that hell is not so much a kingdom ruled by him, but rather a prison. Instead of being a ruler, Lucifer is more of a prisoner, condemned to live eternally away from the presence of God. This brings a new dimension to his character, making him a tragic figure who never achieved the freedom he so desperately sought. The revolt that promised freedom chained him even more. If we look at Lucifer's story, we will see that it reflects many of humanity's struggles and dilemmas. The search for freedom, the desire to be more than we are, and the consequences of challenging the status quo. Lucifer, in a way, represents the human temptation to defy supreme power, to forge our own path, even if it leads us to destruction. It is a story about choices and their consequences. In literature and modern culture, Lucifer is a figure who, despite his fall, is never completely destroyed. He is portrayed as a symbol of resistance and questioning. His story transcends the simple concept of good and evil. He is the archetype of rebellion, the struggle against authority, and the pursuit of truth, no matter how dangerous it may be. If Lucifer symbolizes the fall from the highest to the lowest, his story also makes us reflect on the price of unchecked ambition. He teaches us that, at times, the desire for power and autonomy can lead to our own downfall. However, his journey also reminds us of the importance of questioning, of not blindly accepting authority, and of seeking the truth, even when it means facing the greatest adversities. Lucifer continues to fascinate because of his complexity. He is a character who represents both good and evil, light and darkness. His choices condemned him, but they also transformed him into a powerful figure, someone who reflects our own fears and desires. His story remains relevant because it speaks directly to what it means to be human. Now that we've explored this new perspective on Lucifer, it's possible that his actions and motivations are seen in a more complex light. Was he unjustly punished for his pursuit of freedom, or were his actions truly deserving of punishment? Lucifer's fate is that of someone who dared to dream too high and paid the price for it. In the end, Lucifer's story leads us to question our own journey. How many times do we seek freedom, knowing the consequences? How many times do we challenge authority in the name of what we believe to be true? Perhaps, in one way or another, we all carry a little bit of Lucifer within us. Lucifer challenges us to reflect on our own quest for freedom and the price we pay for it. His choices resonate in our lives, and his story is both a warning and an inspiration. Lucifer's journey is not just a cosmic tragedy. It's a reflection on the human condition. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into mythology, spirituality, and mysteries. Comment below. Do you think Lucifer was wronged, or was his fall deserved? Let's discuss in the comments. See you in the next video.